Today we go over Star Wars Episode 9, the final film of the sequel trilogy by J.J. Abrams. This is Mike Zero here. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, as you all know, we're getting closer to the principal photography stage of Episode 9, where we will be learning a whole lot more about what's to happen in the movie and exactly where they will be shooting, besides Cardington over in the UK, etc. Now, today, I wanted to go over the character of Rey. There's a lot of talk going around on about exactly what kind of lightsaber will Rey use in Episode 9. Just yesterday, we went over the whole cracked Kyber crystal situation within the Skywalker lightsaber, and that is honestly leading me to believe that we could very well see an unstable lightsaber for Rey going up against Kylo Ren with a more stable lightsaber, because from some of the concept art descriptions that we have heard, is that Kylo Ren has a lightsaber that appears to be stable, which hints that he actually explored some place and found a perfect crystal and implanted it in his actual lightsaber hilt. But today I want to go over the possibility of Rey using Luke Skywalker's green lightsaber, and whether or not this would be a good or a bad idea by Disney and Lucasfilm. Now, a lot of you have been asking me this question on what in the world happened to Luke's green lightsaber. Well, it all lies within the official Star Wars The Last Jedi novelization. We do learn a whole lot more about what actually happened to the green lightsaber, at least it's hinted in the book. Now, in the book, it actually goes over a moment after Luke Skywalker's death. The caretakers, they take his boots, his gloves, his cloak, and they actually bring it over to a specific structure. I forgot what it was called, but they bring it in there where all of these different artifacts are from previous ancient Jedi, and one of which actually holds a Jedi weapon that once belonged to a specific master, hinting at Luke Skywalker. And this weapon actually appeared to be Luke's green lightsaber. So, the thing here is that since we do see a lot of parallels within the Star Wars universe, you know, George Lucas and his whole entire outlook on Star Wars is basically, well, it's like poetry, it rhymes. So what we could honestly see is Rey traveling back over to Ahch-To, seeking out that structure, that hut that actually holds all of the ancient artifacts that once belonged to previous Jedi, including now Luke Skywalker. We could have Rey returning back to the planet Ahch-To and grabbing his lightsaber and using his and adopting that one. And that would in and on itself parallel that of Luke Skywalker going back to Tatooine and essentially rebuilding his own lightsaber, all thanks to Obi-Wan Kenobi's hut, where he gets to learn all of the different ways of constructing everything. So, with that all being done and said, how would you guys feel about that if Rey were to just use Luke Skywalker's green lightsaber instead of repairing the Skywalker lightsaber, the one that once belonged to Anakin, and or developing her own iconic lightsaber that actually identifies only with her? I feel like that it would be interesting to return back to Ahch-To, and that could very well be where she runs into a Force Ghost Luke Skywalker, and maybe Force Ghost Luke, you know, kind of like guides her where to go to find the saber and tells her where it is. And maybe that's where she gets her third lesson. Again, she still needs a third lesson. Now, the third lesson was actually a deleted scene. Whether or not that's canon, that's hard to say. We haven't gotten an official word on that. But the third lesson in the deleted scene was essentially just a big joke. It didn't really seem like a serious thing. So I think that Rey is due for a third lesson, some more training, very similar to what you see in the sequels, or should I say in the originals, with Luke and Yoda, where Luke goes back to Dagobah, and essentially Yoda tells him that he's not a Jedi yet, he must face Vader. Only then, and only then, a Jedi will he be. So I think that if you get something like that in Episode 9, I think that'll be a little bit more respectful at the very least, is if Rey gets a third lesson. As for her adopting Luke's green lightsaber, that is something that, well, I don't know, I'm kind of on the fence with that. I feel like that she should just somehow get a brand new lightsaber or repair the Anakin Skywalker lightsaber. For her to just adopt the green one and just take another lightsaber from Luke, I feel like that would be a little, too much. So let's just have Rey make a new lightsaber, new color, new design of the hilt. I think would really freshen things up and really make a lot of the fans kind of identify Rey and her lightsaber as one. But anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night